Hello and welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2 100% Plus. Today, thinking we're going to go a little cross-country, get a little here and there. First, I check out a newspaper that I'd picked up on my way out of Valentine earlier. There's some fun little tidbits here about the train robbery, the nature of how I let those guys go. There's some info about Blackwater being locked down after the Vanderlyn incident. Turns out officials are wise that the money is stashed somewhere in Blackwater or nearby, but never gonna find it. Dutch is pretty sure about that. There's also something in here about the storm, the winter storm that is. If I were to head back into the mountains now, an avalanche would have snowed over some of the routes, especially the routes that Arthur and Javier took up to the mountain. You can't get back up there now. Apparently, legend has it there are some cheat codes hidden in the newspaper here. I'll have to go back and examine it. Let's take a look at Arthur's journal. Now, Arthur picked up this journal shortly after the gang arrived at Blackwater, so that was before our Chapter 1. A prologue, if you will, that we don't have. Arthur will write about how he and Hosea had been running scams with the local population, scamming them out of their cash and hijinks and such, while Dutch and the more violent crew had set up the ferry robbery for, I believe the paper said it was a robbery of $150,000? Here Arthur writes about the gang being set up just outside of town. I have a few ideas where their camp might be. Maybe we can go back to Blackwater someday peaceably and root out where they might have been. Arthur is pretty great with his journal. He'll sketch out and write out pretty much everything he sees and does across the story in his travels. If he's in a scam with the gang, he'll write about that. He wrote about that fight last time. He wrote about traveling through the mountains. If I start spotting deer, he'll sketch out a deer. Spot a squirrel, he'll sketch out a squirrel. I don't know where he finds the time to do all this crap, but more power to him. Arthur's journal can grow akin to the length of an entire novel, so I won't make a big habit of keeping up with it religiously. But I do intend to maybe keep up with the sketches before bedtime at least.
Gentlemen.
Hello. You can just sit, you know.
You'll be back on your feet in no time.
I sure hope so.
Just try not to run out of bullets and fall into a hole.
You need to take a look in the mirror.
On a spur of the moment, I volunteered Arthur to get some chores done. Doing chores is technically honorable. It helps out the gang and it's a selfless act because Arthur doesn't have to do shit. So we can gain some honor doing this if we want to pretend like Arthur's a good man.
Could use a slug of whiskey in
It
there.
also provides
Maybe
a
after lunch,
small
eh?
boost to Deadeye. Eventually Arthur will get some upgrades, some level ups to his Deadeye meter, as it were. Pearson's got some chickens around. Reckon they lay eggs for the stew. Arthur studies them briefly to add them to the journal.
Jose,
You want to go hunting?
what are you hunting? An elephant?
I wish. No, I saw a huge bear. One of the biggest I ever saw. I reckon nearly 1,000 pounds.
My God. What, you need me to come with you?
Of course. Let's go.
Where are we heading exactly?
Up near the Dakota River. Might take a day or two.
I could do with a break from this place.
Oh, me too. It's been a rough couple of weeks. You need anything?
I don't think so. I got all I need.
Let's go then. So you still ain't replaced Boadicea?
Nah, I miss her. She was quite a horse. This one's okay, but ain't no Boadicea.
I've been meaning to offload this big Shire horse for a while now. Unruly bastard.
Where'd you get him?
Some big, loudmouth bastard tried to rob me and was out riding, so I... Well, you know how it is.
I see.
Let's take him to Valentine. It's on the way, sorta. There's a decent dealer there. We'll unload him, you could buy yourself a new horse. Put your saddle on him, let's get going.
Okay, but I do kind of like this horse.
There's nothing wrong with two horses, and the stables always have the best ones.
Well, I guess you're right.
This is gonna be fun, Arthur.
You won't throw me?
No, he's an angel, if I'm near him.
Nasty little look in his eyes.
Oh, don't be rude about this magnificent creature. Okay, see if you can get your leg over that brute.
All right, boy. Easy, big feller.
All right, let's head into town. No bar fights, please. I heard about that.
I'll do my best.
We're heading out. Might be gone a couple of days. They got a good range of horse tack at the Valentine stables. Some beautiful saddles. I used to have a real nice one.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Got stolen outside that saloon in Deer Creek.
Ah, I remember now. Just about. Huh. That turned into a long day.
Yes. Remember? Mac went crazy, threatened to kill the whole town. And Davy was passed out so cold we left him there, came back in the next day, and he woke up, started right back drinking again.
I miss those boys.
Jenny, too. She had some spark, that girl.
It must be pretty hard on Lenny. You could tell he was sweet on her.
Well, Lenny and Jenny could never have worked. That's like Arthur and Martha, or Bill and Phil.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Does feel a bit like our luck died with them, too.
Nonsense. We'll be all right. Just need some money to get back on our feet.
I hope so. You found a way to offload those Cornwall bonds yet?
Not yet. They're still very hot. Need to be done right.
Morning.
I have a couple of leads I'm looking into. Don't let that big bastard get the better of you there, Arthur.
He's all right. Yeah, good boy.
Stables are just up ahead.
Good to see you back.
All right. Go sell that big brute and buy yourself a horse.
Okay.
I'm going off to the general store. Get a few things to lure that bear out with. Meet you back here in a bit.
Hey, how can I help you?
I'm in the market for a new horse. Something strong and fast.
Yeah, well, you're in the right place. I got some beauties in at the moment. Yeah. And what about this one here? Yeah, you looking to sell?
I ain't sure yet.
You got papers?
No. No papers.
Well, of course, that's gonna affect what I can pay. But your luck's in. I got a fella who's been looking for a decent workhorse like this for a while. He'll pay a good price. Otherwise, I can always stable him here for you. Here, take a look.
Well, got a lot to think about here. I do need to get a full bond of training with a Shire horse, but $65 is a deal I can't pass up. Now, the American Standardbred is usually the horse that I take all the way to the end. Good, well-rounded, and reliable. Not to mention, medium-sized and not too bad looking. However, best I can afford is this $15 Morgan. Now, it seems little shit was deemed inappropriate for my single-player offline experience. So I guess I'll have to come up with something else. Well, a female Morgan, literally the worst horse I can get. Figured I'd go with something conservative. Came up with Isabella for now. I opted to buy a improved Neller Dakota saddle. An improved saddle has more space for a few things, including a few additional outfits, if I end up making some. Not to mention, it's better on the horse, delaying the decay rate of some of the horse's stats.
All right, partner. You got yourself a deal. And a fine new horse.
I hope so.
Well, I don't sell anything other than good animals. You have my word on that. All right, let's see. Here are your papers. And on me, a new grooming brush. And some treats.
Appreciate it.
All right, you. You treat this fella well. I know he's gonna look after you just fine.
Interesting choice. How much did you pay for that thing?
Not that much.
Okay, well, with some good care, you should be able to make something of it. You won't know till you get in the saddle.
Let's go, girl.
All right, let's get going. We got quite a ride ahead of us.
Lead the way. So, what's this lake we're heading for?
It's called O'Creagh's Run, up in the mountains east of Cumberland Falls. I just hope I can remember how to get there.
Back into the mountains? I sure didn't figure on that.
But this time, we're doing the chasing. So how are things with you and John?
Fine.
Ain't it about time you let it go now?
It was a year, Hosea. He ditched us for a goddamn year.
I've spoken to him many times. He knows he did wrong. He just wants to put it behind him.
I'm sure he does. Running off on that kid is one thing, but there's code. He knows that. He ain't Trelawney. Dutch and you pretty much raised him.
I know. But it's done. Has been for a while now.
Nobody else would have been welcomed back that easy after that long. And you know it.
Maybe. But please don't you put that to the test. Okay, I think we need to head right up here. Yes, I remember this place. Moonstone Pond. We're going the right way. That's the lake there. Good. We made it. Let's loop around the other side.
I should really be heading back over to Great Plains, see about Sean.
It's bounty hunters who've got him?
So Trelawney says. Javier and Charles have gone with him to scope it out.
Pretty dangerous going anywhere near Blackwater.
Right, but if he's alive, we gotta try.
Of course. Look there. Rabbits. Maybe we should catch one to cook.
Sure. Try and shoot one.
You don't want to use anything too powerful on us. Hold. Good job. Easy. All right. It's getting late. Reckon we should camp here.
Sure.
Well, then, you get us set up.
I'm famished.
Cook that rabbit, then. They're delicious on an open fire like this.
Fine by me. You want some of this?
No, I'm fine. I don't like eating this late.
Okay. After all that.
All right. Well, we better get some rest. I want to be up at first light to find this monster.
He better be worth all this drama.
Morning, Arthur.
Ugh.
You ready?
Well, give me a minute.
Coffee?
Sure.
There you go.
So, what's your plan?
Well, we'll see if we can track him, but we might need to lay bait to draw him out. Bears like fish, obviously, but they also have a sweet tooth. A lot of fellas bait, then shoot from the trees, but I prefer to hunt on the ground. More dangerous, but we'll have a much better chance of getting a good shot in. And if he bolts, we can start right off after him. Can you mix up this bait for me while I finish packing this up? Fish, berries. Tie it up in that rag when you're done.
I hope you know what you're talking about.
I grew up in the mountains, Arthur. I was virtually weaned on bear meat.
Okay, I think I got this done.
Good. Pack up and we'll get going. What's the hold up here? Okay, let's go.
Easy, girl. All right, girl.
We'll try our luck down by the water. That's where I saw him last.
Okay.
How's that horse treating you?
So far, so good.
You know, I was in this area with Bessie years ago.
Really? I didn't know that. I imagine you still miss her.
Every day.
Did you two ever think about getting out of the life?
We did briefly. You don't remember? Guess you were still young. Didn't last long. I drifted back into it. She understood. She knew what I was.
I remember you not being around for a while, but well, things were looser back then.
Truth is, there's never really any getting out. And staying in, it's hard. You know that. But Bessie and I made it work. Why? You thinking about getting out?
Me? No, of course not.
Listen, if Dutch's grand plans work, and we can make enough money to go someplace new, really new, maybe we can all have a new start. Anyway, for now, let's try and chase ourselves a bear, shall we? Let's look by the water here, see if he's been fishing again recently. Look for tracks, dung, bones. Any sign of him?
Well, there's some paw marks here, Hosea. They sure look big enough.
Good. Let's hope it's him. Can you tell which way he went?
This way. The tracks go into those trees. Wait a minute. Something on the ground here.
Half-eaten fish here. Must have been left by our friend, I reckon.
Come on, see if there's anything else. Something else on the ground, just here. There's shit here. Watch your step.
Looks real fresh. Reckon he's got to be close.
Let's keep going. Damn it. Looks like the trail ends here. We lost him?
For now. A little optimism, Arthur.
Well, what do you think?
I think we split up and each look.
Either that or we could place bait here.
That could work. Which you think?
Let's bait here.
Fine by me. Let's leave the bag over there. By those boulders up ahead, looks like a good spot for it. Now we wait.
£1,000, you say?
More or less. Big scar down his face. Hey, did that bait look okay to you?
I think so. You're the expert.
Ready with your gun there?
I'm good. You okay? You seem nervous.
So do you. I'm fine. Let's just take a look at that bait.
Sure.
Come on.
You only just said it, Jose.
I know, but we need to do this right. Give me a hand here. Got your knife? Shit. Easy. No, it's too close. Everything all right?
You're fine, old man.
Of course I'm fine. It's nothing. Nothing at all.
Thank you. think. That was fun.
You know what, Arthur Morgan? I'm a little old and beaten up to be after the biggest game. You can have this.
What is it?
It's a map. A man in a bar gave it to me. Well, I stole it from him, but that's another story. He said it told him where to find some real big animals.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. You saved my life, Arthur. I think I'm going back to camp to lick my wounds. You coming, or you gonna track that monster? Well, you coming or not?
Now, I'd really prefer to
mind
go
either
after
way.
the bear with a long arm or other rifle, so we're going to delay this for now.
I'm coming with you.
Let's get going then.
Let's see if Dutch gives us any crap about disappearing like that. I don't need another "we gotta be out there making money" speech.
We were just out scoping a lead. He doesn't need to know it was a big furry one. Well, thanks, Arthur. I probably owe you one.
Don't worry about it.
I need to head out to Emerald Ranch soon. Look into something.
See you later.
Now it's about time I got started on some of our basic challenges and got the scope around the immediate area.
Come on, girl.
I take a detour here on the northwest side of camp into this singed, burned down part of the woods. Standing here, Arthur draws the view into his journal. Looking into this box, we find some goodies, including the Volatile Fire Pamphlet, which is like the Fire Pamphlet, but fierier. One of the goodies is some gold. It's a nugget of gold. It's worth nothing by itself, can exchange any valuables for goods themselves, but a fence or some other exchange can cash it for about $25. It's not bad.
Get away from me now!
Whoa.
¡Malditos pumas! ¡Ay, mierda! No me queda...
Nice. By going for the cougar with the bow and arrow, I preserved its perfect pelt for reuse and crafting.
Ese era el último. Damn good shooting, señor. Thank God for you, mister. Le debo la vida.
Good luck with it.
Qué alivio.
I'm close to camp, so I reckon I'll take the whole damn cougar back to Pearson. That's good. I feel like cougars are hard to find. I'm gonna need a few of them to finish my crafting.
That should do us. Girl?
Arthur.
Miss Karen, how you getting on?
Fine so far. To think I was once a damsel in distress, and now they got me protecting the men.
Just stay alert.
Oh, I shall do. If anyone tries anything, I'll blow their heads off.
You know, these hides and furs can also be done up into coats and boots and such. Beyond my skills, but there's a trapper that travels around these parts, Canadian feller, skilled tanner. He can make just about anything. You should drop in on him sometime.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Pearson.
Thank you, Arthur.
Don't run off on us again, Marston.
That liquor makes you mean.
Next time, we might not take you back.
Why do you get like this?
Hey, it's a fair enough comment.
Talk if you want, but I ain't listening.
I'm not sure why I committed to really drinking to get my Deadeye back up, but we're drunk hunting now. What's the worst that could happen? And now we stumble upon our first herb, yarrow. You can take plants and herbs and other materials and mix them together to make medicines and tonics. Something we'll no doubt have to dive into to get these challenges done.
Let's go, girl.
And with a little more yarrow, we finished Herbalist 1 challenge. The next one not so easy though. It requires us to get all 4 species of berries that can be found. Something that I'll have to roam across pretty much the entire Red Dead country to achieve. It's conventionally established that you can look near sources of water to track and hunt herbalist animals and other omnivorous animals. Let's see if I can put that to practice. That's a good-looking 3-star buck right there. The buck is out of range in this crowd, and of course if you alert one deer, you alert them all. So, I settle for a deer for the time being. A doe.
Call it a day there, girl. Yeah.
Help! Please! Anyone! Oh, Christ!
Hey, what's with the holler?
Oh, I got bit. Oh, God. Oh, I need medicine. Or a siphon. Oh, oh, oh,
Here, drink this.
oh, oh, medicine? Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, you saved my life. I owe you.
Got that right.
I do. Now, I gotta get out of here. Don't much like it around here no more.
Glad I could help. Keep your eyes on the ground, huh?
You best not be back to rattle my cage again.
All right, let me see. Good job, Mr. Morgan.
You good, Abigail?
Hi there, Arthur.
Everything all right?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
Always got some bee in your bonnet, don't you?
Not this again.
Hey, Arthur! What you want? Oh, man, you one sour son of a bitch, ain't you? Only when I see you.
Only when I see you. Herr Morgan! Herr Morgan!
Mr. Strauss?
You busy, my friend?
Why?
I'll cut you in.
Loaning. Already?
You know how it is. People is happy to borrow off someone like me, but more enthusiastic paying back to someone like you.
Of course. Who are they?
Let me see. Chick Matthews works at Guthrie Farm. He's a hand, I believe. Mr. Roble, the small holder at Painted Sky, runs the operations there, badly. Miss Lily Millet is a ranch maid up at Emerald Ranch.
And here was me believing Dutch's bluster about us helping folk.
It's legal work, Mr. Morgan. Debtors belong in prison. We are doing them a favor.
Aye. And I'll make sure they see it in them terms.
Put the debts in the deed box and try not to kill them. It's very bad for business.
I just miss him so much.
Of course you do. Goes without saying.
Ah, Mr. Morgan.
You seem chipper?
Well, where there's life, there's hope, my friend.
And?
We've been thinking about our problem all wrong. All wrong, that's all.
Meaning?
All in good time, my friend. All in good time.
Always the showman. Knock, knock, Mr. Robe.
No przepraszam, co pan robi w moim domu?
God damn it. English? You speak English?
Me, Silesia.
Yeah, good for
Upper
you.
Silesia.
I'm here for money. You borrow from a German man?
Aha, German. Mein Herr, sprechen the Kaiserreich.
I don't speak German neither. I'm here for money. Money that you borrowed from Leopold Strauss.
Leopold Strauss.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So it's time to pay. Where is it?
Well, no, have nothing. It's very bad winter.
We've all had a bad winter, pal. Where is it?
Oh, no. No, nie, nie.
Now, you remember where you're keeping that silver?
Potrzebuję trochę czasu. Znajdę ci pieniądze.
Oh, still don't understand you. God damn it! You have a debt to Herr Strauss. Pay up!
Przestań! No. Please, no. Don't have money, but I have this. It's good. It's good. It's valuable. It's Warszawa, yes.
I have your things, okay? I have anything in here or out there.
Yes. Very valuable. Good?
Not good yet.
No.
Yes. Better be something somewhere. Longer I look, the madder I get. What you got behind there?
Co? Przepraszam, nie rozumiem.
Move aside. You must have come here with something.
Prusakom nie można ufać. Amerykańcom też.
Okay, that should about cover things.
Supposedly, there's a way to recover that unique antique watch for keeps, and not as part of the debt. But I'm ringing it up pretty much as a minor exploit, and I could not really be bothered at the time.
Easy there.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Matthews gave me a message for you. He said when it was convenient to head into Emerald Ranch. He's looking at a few business things there.
Okay.
Oh, he'll find something too. He always does. Will you be well now, Mr. Morgan?
I'm always well, Miss Grimshaw. Hi there.
Now, dropping that debt that we recovered injects cash directly into the camp funds, which we're going to start being able to use for the first time. We can upgrade a number of things, one of them being the supply wagons. If we were to upgrade the medicine wagon, for instance, the quality and quantity and the variety of medicines available out there would be expanded.
How did you get on, Herr Morgan?
Called in on the smallholder, Roble. Didn't even speak English.
Good, very good.
My pleasure.
Well, if it's pleasure you're after, there is one other. This farmer preacher fellow I met in Valentine, Mr. Downs.
The opinionated little do-gooder? Yeah, I know the one. I certainly know the type.
Thank you, Herr Morgan.
There's no need to thank me. Like you said, it's pleasure I'm after.
He's more slippery than he seems. I've tried being polite. Don't take any nonsense.
Nonsense? Me?
If he doesn't have the money, beat him.
Well, I usually do.
I know. I know.
There were two other debtors that Strauss gave me. However, I can attain their debts at my leisure, assuming that I don't wait until Chapter 3 to visit them.
You could just sit, you know.
Marston.
You good?
For sure.
Arthur?
Uncle. If you're bored, there's always work to be done.
I ain't bored.
But you're too drunk and lazy to ever get bored.
Come on, don't start this. Life? It's actually pretty good. 100 years ago, we'd have been in
Evening, Arthur.
Evening.
people.
Look, everything's gonna be all right.
I know.
No, it ain't. I'm lying to make you feel better because you're just a kid.
What? What do you mean?
The modern world.
Don't
Yes.
start with this
Ugly.
again.
But the old world was worse. Our job is to make a better world for ourselves. Not go
Dutch seems like a pretty good speaker. Well, I guess he means to be very good at what he says. Down the hill by the cliffside, you can see some of his notes. One of many, I'm sure. Not to discredit his skill as a speaker, he ad-libs more than enough. He barely followed half of these notes at the time he said this. Well, that should just about do us in this time around. Thanks for watching the sitting of Red Dead Redemption 2 100% plus. Let's see what we can get into next time. Take it easy.